I'm John Boxing, journalist. I am having Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair Adventure. And somebody's trying to trap Hiyoko Saionji. Who would say a trap like that? Damn it!
I'll get my revenge. I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might.
Hold on, you little bitch. You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid. I'm not done backing you into a corner yet.
We're having a tiny fight off. A tiny off. Right.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her, we have the evidence we need.
That's wrong. I left those footprints during my morning walk.
We're not done with Hiyoko. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important... And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and...
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong.
Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
Instant death?
According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
If you keep making shit up, I'll fucking kill you!
I'm sorry.
Ryuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too. I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Someone else?
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask Hiyoko. She's the killer, after all.
Seriously, that's not true.
Did she just appear?
Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body? If she handled a body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin would have been stained with blood.
Huh? But when I saw her, she was clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
I won't let you look down on me!
Oh, got a sword fight.
We haven't decided that yet!
Hey, Fuyuhiko. Why do you keep insisting that Hiyoko is the killer?
Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely the killer!
The Battle Showdown. Shower room.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block the then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
Oh, how do I reload my bullets? I didn't think I'd need to.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
Oh, hang on. No, I need controls. Overturn?
If Mahiru didn't block it, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
I keep running out of blades.
If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru... Then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
Alright, what am I getting wrong?
If Mahiru...
Fire True Blade, select True Blade. Over to...
Then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to reload.
Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
Oh.
Damn it! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
I don't have enough blades. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I don't have enough blades.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
Right, I'm gonna have to look this up. Right, I'm gonna try. There isn't any more things. So
Is the only
I'm gonna try down, down, up. Apparently that will give you like a bonus combo.
If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
Okay. So I have to go up and down. It never taught me that, by the way. So there is a skill that can make it stronger. But yeah, this is...
Mahiru didn't block the... Then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door...
I wasted one.
Kyoko is the only... If Mahiru didn't block the... Then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Kyoko is the only killer I could think of.
There we go.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I forgot to cut any of the other words, but...
Now, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body, and when she was done, she put them back on.
She can't undo the thing by herself.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
That should be impossible. She can't get undressed by herself. Or she can't get dressed by herself?
I see.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before.
I can't help it. I can't tie my kimono sash by myself. I love that all these little things are relevant. The reason I paused is because the secret... She said she wouldn't do anything that perverted, and the secret scene is her and the redhead in the shower. That's why.
Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
She's going to be a bastard for the rest of the game then.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
I didn't smell, and it only smelled a little.
Oh, wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place?
Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me!
Like Yogi Bear.
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that got on her?
Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiru's body.
Hey, if you think about it the other way around, does that mean whoever was covered in blood is suspicious?
Oh, yeah.
Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru?
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed down.
Doubting me, of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life. That actually sounds pretty cool.
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right? It's okay that I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See, I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru. 'Cause Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind.
Does that mean you do know how to dress yourself now?
There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Hiyoko, please don't cry. Everything is fine now, right?
Shut the hell up, pig barf! I hope you get a hangnail and die! I'm sorry for being pig barf!
Aww. More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier was definitely strange. Getting so worked up and accusing Hiyoko of being suspicious. Could it be? Does he actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth?
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Like I said, it was a trap!
Yeah, I got that already, so... Can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh? Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier...
She never talked to me at all. Man, what a surprise! I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snide.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but... around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
Huh.
A letter? Yeah, this one.
It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it secret until then. Let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. It's exactly the same. Sorry, I just read it really quickly. Mahiro Koizumi. True bullet. Letter Hiyoko received has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
Huh, the letter that Hiyoko had.
I can prove it with this.
This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had?
About what we discussed, is that okay if we change the place and time? Or just come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m.?
Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m. But in Hiyoko's letter,
it said change the place. Oh, it's at 2 p.m.
Whoa! The meeting times are off.
it's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it. But for both letters to say the same thing?
Hiyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think? Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
It's safe to say the letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? Both letters.
I see!
The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same. The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while.
Okay, two thoughts on that. One, I'm guessing those are slightly less generic terms in Japanese. And two, that's how the Unabomber was caught. Because they noticed that he used specific phrases. But it doesn't actually make sense because those are really generic phrases.
The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So they completely tricked me. And then Mahiru's killer. How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all. It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
So his face is all like, oh yeah. Like
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or
What do
something.
you think about the medicine?
Medicine? That medicine. Could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
I'm sorry. When I woke up, I was inside a small closet. And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic!
I was scared. I was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but...
The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
So, I've had a theory. It's a weird one. So we have to explain why there's robots still. Right? If Junko's dead, right? Probably. She's probably dead. Because she died. So how did the bear keep moving as the bear did at the end of the first game? And my answer is that it formed an AI, that she controlled it for long enough that it just took her personality. And my theory is, that makes no sense, but like, my theory is that that's the same as the other bear. That Monomi is him. Alright. I've had a pen in my head for ages and I didn't know. I must have done that absent-mindedly and just forgot all about it. Now I feel really dumb. I hope no one noticed that.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray, and you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying!
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork. Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want. Whoa! He's sleeping!
Dumbasses. You bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
The bitter truth, that may be true, but even so, we can't stand around here all day. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forwards. Because unless we reveal who among us is Mahiru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Hang on, I need to put myself in the corner again.
Well now.
Now that the class trial's reached its climax, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. You're not going to spoil who the killer is. If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't. That's a serious big no-no. But spoiling it right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against the innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... Yeah, you can't. Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
Correct! You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. I'm worried. I'm worried because this might be the last person and they've not gone through...
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room.
I'm worried that we've not talked to the princess yet. And that I went one person too far.
Impossible! Impossible! That's so
so impossible! There's no way I can believe that!
I'm still betting on Pekka Yama though.
I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Want to play a new game? Is this what you're thinking? If so, I've prepared the perfect product for you. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called the Logic Dive. Oh, I've heard of this. During the Logic Dive, you will control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways with the left stick and accelerate with the RB button. These explanations never make any sense to me. The LB button is brake, the RB button is jump. There'll be various obstacles as you encounter as you progress through the course. So make sure you're familiar with these controls so you can reach the goal. On your journey, you will take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into the walls. Also, upon reaching a certain point, there'll be branching questions in the course. The answers split into different paths, so please proceed down the path the answer you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course, so please be careful. I highly recommend you make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice to you. Press the start button to see the controls. Good luck, have fun. Cool, she's right, this might be a very important question. The killer tampered with the evidence after Hyoko ran away from the beach house. When did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. Alright, I'm going to do it. Really? Really, game? Accelerate and brake and jump. They didn't even mention jump. Really? Why do I need to go faster? Oh no! I wasn't paying attention. Why is there a minigame like this? This is so odd. Question 1. When did the killer arrive at the beach house? After Hyoko arrived. Oh no, no, no! Before. Well, it's obvious now. So I wasn't really thinking. This is interesting, I guess. It makes it tense. Can't jump. Question 2. When did the killer leave the beach house? After Hyoko left? Oh, that was a... My face is probably in the way. This is very odd. Where was the killer hiding when Hiyoko was unconscious? The beach? I don't know. Okay, beach house, I guess. Oh, I did.
It's all
crap.
coming together.
I won though.
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good.
I don't really want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. Killer was hiding inside the fridge, they'd freeze. You're gonna climb a mountain of ice. There's always fighting when you play with two players. Okay.
Crap!
Oh!
Here!
In the surfboard.
The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hiyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
If the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance, I can only think of one place. That's right. The place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was...
Here! What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? Two surfboards were stacked on the top shelf, and there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. 'Cause we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think.
Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kinda like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
No, that's not a phrase. It's not a phrase.
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Saying whatever you want, even if we didn't ask. All right, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya! Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll call us that cleared up at the very least.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time.
It's very polite.
As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body,
Yeah, I
right?
thought that. Two. Oh, I thought it was 2 or more. Yeah,
Is
okay.
the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, because the third person was a shark teeth man.
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez! You're pretty annoying for noticing something like that! I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but...
Two people... Oh, hang on. No, I know this already. Yeah. Yeah, so it meant Hiyoko was the second person, or the first, and the first person was the murderer.
Depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
That's fine. So one more person who wasn't the killer saw the body.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
We've only met 2 of them. Shark Teeth and her.
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
It sounds like somebody helped the killer. Also, I'm a little bit worried, because if either the princess or Pekayama dies, that's 2 faces in a row. Final feature of non-stop debates. From this point forwards, you'll now be able to use the truth flashback. If you hold down the Y button, the shape of the reticle will change. If you aim at the remark's weak spot and keep that in position, you'll be able to memorize it. Oh, I'm really worried that I went one person too far. The memorized phrase can only be fired once, a single truth bullet. If you shoot a change to a different truth bullet, it will just be... Okay, I know this already. If you don't seem to have an answer to lie or mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use it to make your case. When's the best time to use a flashback? Well, you just have to trust your keen wits, won't you? By the way, you will not be able to agree with anyone while you're using the truth flashback. Please remember that it's only effective for refuting points. Well, then good luck and have fun! Make kill are good.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They went out to sea.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit? They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
I love the thing was like, why do you always get so fired up about the bathroom?
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Okay, I want that.
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do?
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit up, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body. Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody...
They cut it up and...
As someone who flushed, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other... Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
I'm just gonna practice
What did the
this.
killer do?
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wet... Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
Why don't I have enough time to do that? I want that. I want that one,
What did the
but for some
killer
reason they
do
won't
with
give me the
Maybe they
time.
simply...
They couldn't use the so washing it off.
They didn't have to...
Maybe they wore one...
If they used something...
What did they do with the bloody...
They cut it up and...
As someone who flushed, it would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
I don't understand why that doesn't work.
What did the killer do with the blood?
Maybe they simply...
Alright, I've got an
Couldn't use
idea.
the so washing it off.
They didn't have to use...
Maybe they wore one...
If they used something...
What did they do with the bloody...
They cut it up and...
As someone who...
Oh crap. Yes.
We will never give up!
What did the killer do with the blood?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
Oops.
They didn't have to...
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were
Why
able
doesn't
to
that
wash it
work?
off.
Okay, maybe I just can't grab it. I just can't grab it.
What did the killer do with the blood on their...
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
Alright,
They
there's
cut
only,
it up and...
As someone who flushed,
there's
it
only
would
two things.
definitely
I'm making this
Maybe
look
it's the other way around.
harder than it is.
Perhaps
There's only two
someone
things
other
that...
than the killer moved. Maybe they
I
were
can only
able to
grab
wash it
yellow
off.
ones, right? And I can only shoot them on yellow ones, so... There's only actual
What did
two
the killer
choices.
do with the...
Maybe they simply washed it.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
I didn't actually mean to do that.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Alright.
Maybe they wore one when...
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody...
They cut it up and...
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did
Other
the
than
killer
the
do?
shower.
Maybe they simply washed...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
The sea. No, if they walked towards the beach to wash it off, they would have left footprints.
Damn it!
Oops. The drinks inside the refrigerator.
I see!
Right, I didn't think of that.
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it. In theory, then, that's impossible.
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Okay. Trash can.
It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one, it wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
Right.
It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottle drink, it wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water. There were only flavored drinks with colored dyes. If you use those to wash blood, the blood won't come off and your body will get... It will leave an aromatic smell, too. Especially if you used a lot.
Damn it!
It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottle wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
Okay.
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through those words!
No, there were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Ah, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it,
Just smell them.
when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
Huh? You should have said so sooner. Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, that person would be...
It seems you've realized who the killer is. See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Yes! The mask is gonna be the final trap. She overheard her. It's gonna be that.
Let me ask, who might that be?
If the killer used the plastic water bottles to wash the blood that splattered onto them, that killer, Mihiro's killer, must be that person. Well, is that one or two people? You know what? It's made me do this twice, though. It might be a false lead. So, I'm saying this is a false lead. Okay. Real lead. This is a real lead. This is the person who I think it is.
You're the only one!
Peko. Is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
You're definitely not a serial killer. Do not say you're a serial killer.
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Oh no, but if they're doing it this way round, it's the princess. Oh no. No, it can't be the princess. It's got to be you. Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily? I just did a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bombs, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming!
Did you help her?
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Huh?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. I went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer. We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house.
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Peko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Huh?
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Yeah, 2 people.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
Killer's escape route, might know what that was. Only possible thing I can think of is the small window in the shower room.
I see!
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is...
Oh, I should have let you go 5 minutes ago, shouldn't I?
Well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
I'm gonna let you go, I think. We're gonna finish this rest of the case, and probably start the next case, damn it. On the next episode. I've been John Fox on channel John of the West. Channel. I've been having a Danganronpa 2 adventure. Goodbye, Despair, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.